Can you believe a senior citizen making and breaking 4 different records in a span of only 6 months? 1 Guinness World Record and 3 India Book of Records. He made a fresh record to climb Namche Bazaar to Everest Base Camp up to Gorakhshep in just 15 hours 22 minutes. Usually, how much time people take?
Around 7 days with acclimatization.
Grandmaster Acharya Raghu
Good evening.
is almost 64 years old. A Shaolin trained martial artist. He is the founder of Xylem Martial Arts Academy of India, also a Hatha Yogi. And for years now, he has attempted to push the limits of what is physically and mentally possible in advanced ages.
Why now? What was your objective?
In fact, looking at mortality and the kind of heart attacks that I find among the youngsters, and also several casualties that took place on mountains, particularly from Bangalore, I felt that I must undertake some of these activities and break or make the records to inspire the youngsters and particularly members of my group. I have undertaken making up these records. Apart from that, my objective was actually to perform more than 350 burpees at an elevation of 16,000 feet. That was my primary objective. But I felt I can combine this with an EBC climb along with making the record of performing 350 burpees. So this is why it started out.
Let's go back to this particular record as of now.
In fact, the distance is 38 kilometers, but we have done more than 40 kilometers, much more than 40 kilometers that day. And we gained more than 7,000 feet of elevation.
Why Namche Bazaar? Why not Utla?
So, one of the reasons why we haven't taken from the Lukla is Lukla is at a very low altitude. And from Lukla airport, as you come down to Parkding and all, you will be losing the altitude. So it is a downward trek. Apart from that, as we wanted to have a high altitude trek, at least Namche Bazaar being closer to 12,000 feet, I felt it is more formidable to take that challenge from Namche Bazaar to EBC rather than from Lukla airport.
What time did you start? Who were with you?
We started together. We were 4 people. Along with me, I had one Airforce veteran, SK Singh from Pune, and I had one Rupesh Reddy from Tirupati and one Gagan Gowda from Bangalore.
With an objective of a sound mind in a sound body and believing in that health is the true wealth, we are taking up this challenge and taking the inspiration from the Vajra Hatha Yoga and also from the Xylem or the Shaolin Martial Arts Academy of India. We are trying to set up just a small record. That is, today we are starting from the internationally well-known Namche Bazaar, from where most of the expeditions are launched. Now from here to the Everest base, we are planning to do within 18 hours.
We started at night 11 o'clock and we reached 2:22 between Gorakhshep and EBC.
We are starting at night 11 o'clock. Now the time starts. Right. Now the time starts.
What were the challenges that you faced during your climb?
Right. There are plenty of challenges that we have faced. First of all, it was a nighttime trek. As I told you, we started at night 11 o'clock. Complete darkness. I asked my people not to switch on their headlamps and to take up completely in darkness. Rather keeping the batteries for the reserve. Right? So in the darkness, the next issue comes is the navigation. How do you find at night 11 o'clock trekking and finding the route? It was a bit tricky. Then apart from that, always there was a fear. Always there was a fear lurking behind us. That is, what if the weather turns bad? We are caught up above 16,000 feet and night-time trek. What if in case there is a snowfall or a weather turns bad midnight? Nowhere to take shelter. That's too if we are caught between place to place. That was one fear. Then the very next challenge is we are not supported by the porters. We carried our own baggage all the way throughout.
It is 1 hour 55 minutes. 1 hour 55 minutes. We reached Pungitanga and we covered a distance of 6.83 kilometers.
And the next challenge being that the rolling stones that you can't see, the Pungatungi river that is flowing the right side of us. Anytime if you happen to get disoriented or a high altitude effect, if you happen to slip into it, it's very, very difficult. That's true at the night. There was no human being to be spotted midnight. We were all alone by ourselves. Then the next issue is that, like, documentation. This was a very big problem for us. The documentation means we need to have our records documented either by the officials or the fellow trekkers or through our watches or at the boats. So gathering this and taking this particular evidence was really a monumental effort. And in fact, many people didn't encourage us. When they got to know that we are doing within one day, that is within 15 hours, they considered us crazy and they didn't encourage us. But we happened to get some support from some fellow trekkers. That's to daytime.
The time is 3 hours 40 minutes. We have reached Tengbochi Monastery, almost covering 10.1 kilometers of distance. Now we'll be proceeding further. Right, we reached Tengbochi.
Yeah.
Now from here, Everest Base Camp is 20 kilometers.
Okay.
And Tengboche, what we crossed 1 hour before, that is around 4 kilometers.
Okay.
Now,
It's all.
5 hours, 16 minutes.
Okay.
Okay?
And during this process, I had found one more problem was we were stopped at night at around 12 o'clock at Pungatungi, that is before Pengbuche. The forest officials stopped us. The loss of time. They said you are not allowed to trek night time. There was lots of dilly-dallying on phone and they spoke to the higher officials. Finally, we were allowed. But in the process, this is one of the big problem for me. I lost almost plus 20-25 minutes. Next comes the question of in the process of establishing this record, one of my fellow trekker gave up and we couldn't find him night, particularly after Tengboche. He was lost at night 1:30. Almost maybe for around some 30 minutes also, going around half a kilometer and again coming back here, there. We searched a lot. Finally, we found him. And in the process, trying to take him right up to Tengboche, it has consumed lots of time. Almost I lost more than an hour there. And again, after coming to Tengboche, then again we had a problem of nursing him, leaving him at the tea house at the Tengboche 4410. Then further progressing for our trek.
Right. After trekking for the whole night, now we are about to reach to the Tengboche, maybe another some 30-40 minutes from here. You can see a path, a serpentine path going top. So we'll have to go there. And then the next one is the Loboche, then the Gorakhshep. So it is easier said than done, but we'll have to work hard, and still the moon is shining bright in the cloudless sky. So we'll just... After trekking for a whole night, now we reached the Dingboche bridge. It is 7 hours, 47 minutes, 19.2 kilometers.
Finally, Dinbochek bandade.
We have reached Dingboche, and this is at an altitude of 4,410 meters. The entire night we have trekked. Now from here we will be pushing to the Loboche. Thank you.
As we started further progressing towards Tukla Pass, my other companions started singing. The pace was killed. I was desperate. So, from towards Tukla Pass, it was a very slow pace. And after crossing Tukla Pass, it was almost like a Herculean effort, snail's pace, pushing them. And as we came to the Loboche, they gave up. I don't forget the words, "Sir, I'm sorry. We are to leave you alone." There at Loboche, I lost one more hour. As a whole, when I see that, I lost close to more than 2.5 hours. So in fact, of course, when we say for the record, we have to take whatever is time recorded at different tea houses, police, or the forest department. But otherwise, we would have done it. I would have done it in 13 hours.
Right. There is the Gagan SK. Time is 11:54. We have reached Loboche, which is 5,030 meters, and to Gorakhshep it's only 3 kilometers now. Come on, SK. Pull up, pull.
Another unfortunate thing in this documentation is the watches, particularly my watch of CMF, it packed. There was no way to record. And the man who was having the Garmin is left behind in Dingboche. Fortunately, at Buddha Lodge in Gorakhshep, those people have documented our arrival.
I'm taking help of another trekker. I'm trying to switch on my watch. It's totally packed up. I can't monitor my distance, my elevation, my time. I'm just waiting for SK to come. So
couldn't go further much more towards the EBC midway. I was to turn back. The reason being, I was to nurse all these people back at Lobuche and other places. That's why I told you, that day the trek was not just 38. I was to do again the 6 kilometers back. So it came much more than 40 kilometers. And then the next issue was, you are in the third week of November and at an altitude close to 16 to 18,000 feet. It was very cold night time, very, very cold. Pinching cold, as we have documented. The temperatures plummeted, dropped down to almost minus 24 degrees. And the wind chill was killing us. From every corner, wherever you find a place, despite of me using that Canadian gaiters, the wind started entering from the jacket, from the gloves, and from everywhere. It was like 1,000 scorpions biting on our skin. So constantly our heat was getting dissipated. And you believe me, right from the Namche to Gorakhshep, never, even for few seconds, I sat, I ate, no eating, no sitting. If anywhere we were to take rest, maybe my other companions were bargaining from me for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I stood, I maintained my vow not to sit at all. So these are all the kind of problems that what I have faced in the EBC, apart from that doing it on the empty stomach, because if I have heavy food, then it is very difficult to trek. Whatever I had, just half of a golf ball size momos, 3. Whole 15 hours, I continued with those things by trek. These are roughly my challenges that what I found in the course of establishing this EBC record.
Why mountains?
I'm extremely passionate about mountains. The longer I live, the higher I climb. The harder is the mountain, the easier is my walk on plains, right? And apart from that, I consider these mountains, these rivers, and this nature, this forest as the true temples. Rest all made by men, but these are the true manifestation of Almighty. So I sincerely love mountain climbing.
Who is your teacher?
Well, my teacher is my pain.